Is Tony still accepting questions?
Yeah, go ahead with your question.
This is Ted Swift. It's interesting that this DNR goes across integration periods. So I have a question about whether anyone's looked into that. And then also, does this suggest that people who have reported with timings with cameras set with DNR on, the timings are actually delayed a little bit, and we should, reinvestigate that if it looks like the shapes of objects are odd?
A really good point, Ted. Thanks for bringing that up. In fact, yes. So for my Adelinda observation,
Yes,
I need to revise my report because my timings are off. So what the Lucky Star folks determined, and they did some actual mathematical modeling. They built a filter mathematically that mimicked the filter that's in the camera. They really did a fairly thorough bit of work, and it'll all be published here in the near future. What they found was that the actual DNR times are at the onset of the sloping down transition. So what popular analysis software like IOTA and IOTA do is they're going to pick the midpoint of that transition. And so my times are late by the full transition time. So I've gone back and recalculated that. I'm going to file a revised report for Adelinda. I haven't done that yet, John, so in case you're wondering where that is. But yes, now for really noisy light curves, it may be hard to come up with, well, how long is that transition and what should I subtract off? But for mine, it was pretty clear because it was a longer integration. And I was able to figure that it was about 8 units of time, and I was able to subtract that out. So yeah, good point.
Yeah, I have a quick follow-up question.
Yes.
It was mentioned that this is potentially also something that affects the run cameras. I was wondering, is there do people know whether there's also a scenario where those can inadvertently have the 3DNR turned on without you knowing it? That was obviously the case with your camera, but I was wondering if there's a similar sort of inadvertent problem with other cameras.
Yeah, I think with the 3DNR, I think you can do a reset. On the run cam, I think you can do a reset on that camera as well. I don't know what the default is for it. And maybe Ted Blank, you have those cameras there on the bench. Maybe you could test one for us and give us a report.
I will do that.
So the idea would be set up the camera, turn 3DNR off, and then reset it, and then check it and see what it does.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Tony? Okay, well, thank you again, Tony.